Hello everyone and welcome back to the Great Book of Grudges. My name is Nathan and I thought I was going to have a day off today, but it does seem like we do have a little bit of news to discuss. Creative Assembly did a tweet a few hours ago saying today marks 37 years of CA. While the past year has been challenging, we have an incredible future lined up across Total War Historical and an unannounced project set to bring you unforgettable experiences. Thank you for continuing to support us and our brilliant teams. So, yeah, already something very, very interesting because, they basically confirmed new fantasy titles are eventually going to come across, I guess. This is more or less just an educated guess, but keep in mind that eventually Total War Warhammer 3 is going to run out of content. I mean, I wish it could stay on forever, but yeah, I mean, we saw Warhammer 1 shift away to Warhammer 2. Warhammer 3 is getting to the point that there's just not a lot that they can do, which shows that they've been doing a lot of content for it, especially with these recent DLC stylings. Thrones of Decay was fantastic, and I imagine that the next one, if it's going to be more or less in that style, yeah, it's going to be freaking great. And then, you know, historical is something that's supposed to happen eventually. Knock on wood, med-free before I die of old age. But yeah, there's more to this. You see, there was a further tweet by a member of Creative Assembly staff. Can't wait to share our unannounced project. Our team is doing incredible work, and I am proud to be a part of it. So this is pretty interesting because it might not be a mainline Total War game, as this specific member of Creative Assembly worked on Total War Arena, then was shifted to standard Total War, more skill management and stuff, then was shifted to Total War Online, which is basically Total War Arena in China, and has been working on this unannounced project since November 2021, which is pretty interesting. So it could be just another rehash of Arena trying to bring that back, which I wasn't too keen on, I'll be honest with you, but I know a lot of people did love Arena, so hey. I think the main thing to talk about here is obviously Warhammer Fantasy is still a thing, but there have been obviously those rumors popping around everywhere, Valrak's channel included, about Total War 40k getting closer and closer in production and so on. Something I expect by maybe mid-2026. I don't think that we should expect any news around this year, but maybe next year, because they usually do like a 9 to 12 month like promo hype thing. They announce the game, it goes dark for a while. You know the gist. We've been through this many times. Historical, well, there must be a historical game in the works because, I mean, at this point, even I am missing like a big scale historical. Pharaoh is fine. I'm not like ragging on Pharaoh. I've actually quite enjoyed it recently. But, you know, a lot of people want a Deus Vault, right? I think that's what a lot of you guys want. As for the unannounced title, I mean, it could be a smaller scale Total War, like Arena and so on, because it would make sense for them to try hit that again. I don't imagine that we'll get another Total War Elysium. That's something I don't expect. Remember that card game? But at least we know that some stuff is working and stuff is happening in the background, especially with these messages being brought out. Which, by the way, I didn't put the person's name because GDPR laws are always really strange and I just don't want to have to deal with any hassle there. It's just really important. There's one thing, if they're working on something that isn't a Total War game, like, you know, the way that they announced it just kind of looked like it's not a Total War game. I'd love to see a horror game done with the Alien Isolation tech. I know a lot of people would be saying, well, what about Alien Isolation 2? I just think that the IP might be a bit too expensive, especially since it's becoming a bit of a revival. I have not seen Romulus yet, so please, no spoilers. Honestly, I'm mostly curious as to what's being worked on, and I don't think that we're going to get any news like that anytime soon, but keep in mind that there have been 2 rounds of layoffs. I know it's not the fun thing to talk about, but with, I believe, the first round of layoffs, when they cancelled Hyenas, there was also mention of like cancelling a lot of unannounced projects, or a few unannounced projects. The wording might be lost there a little bit. So what's there? There were rumors, keep this in mind, that there was going to be some sort of RPG game, that there was a large number of Total War titles. This has been recently echoed with the potential Star Wars leak, that there was a bunch of other historical games too, and that there were a few others here and there and everywhere. I mean, time will tell, but I think that this is actually quite important to talk about, mostly because, I mean, we're curious, right? I do think that Creative Assembly should have a level of creativity when it comes to non-Total War games. It's just the Hyenas thing was at the wrong time, I guess. They were a bit too late for that. because I did play the game. Yes, I was one of the very few people playing the beta, and gameplay-wise, it was solid. Clearly, the devs know what they're doing in terms of creation. The problem was that it was pretty damn cringe. Like, I'm not gonna mince words there. And the fact that also it was just way too late. Squad shooters are pretty much dead now. Yes, there's still some very popular ones, but those are the ones that keep alive, and that's pretty much it. Adding to a already bloated genre just doesn't help, right? I do have the sneaky suspicion, if the rumors of Total War 40k are true, that they are counting that as fantasy, because, you know, sci-fi fantasy, it kind of fits in that same description. I mean, in a perfect world, I'd love to see some, like, Lord of the Rings Total War officially would be amazing. You know, a brand new engine and just loads more happening. Or a Game of Thrones one, because, I mean, yeah, I mean, it's cool. It's one of these settings which a lot of people do like, and it would essentially be a historical Total War with a little bit of magic here and there. It depends if they follow like the cinematic universe with the TV shows, or if they follow the books, because the books have a lot more magic than the actual TV shows, and I mean a stupid amount more magic. With the rumors of historical Total War, I mean, there was the rumors of World War One, Med 3, Empire 2, all of them sound pretty cool. I'm fairly more interested in Med 3 than anything else, but hey, you know, they could surprise us. At the end of the day, a lot of people, myself included, didn't think that Total War Warhammer was going to do so well, and then boom, you know, it's become a thing. But yeah, let me know what you guys think in the comments below. You guys might have your own theories, and I'll see you all again soon. Have a great Sunday, everyone. I was actually just painting and sorting out some stuff. It's been a hassle, but it's the last day of the painting 200 miniatures in 7 days challenge, and oh my god, I can't wait to get some rest. See you guys.